Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another Devil's Den video. We are back for game 1 of 82 of the brand new New Jersey Devils 2023 and 2024 season. So, before we get started, here's the gist. We're going over the entire game tonight, the big points of the game tonight, and we're going to go over some fun stuff from the game, and then the second half of the video is going to be a little bit more of a serious thing about things going on kind of around the NHL as a general rule. So, before we get started, I want to remind everyone, make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching this video and you love Devils content and you like the guy that screams and yells and hollers and does all sorts of stuff. Make sure to subscribe. I want to see if we can try to get to 80 subscribers by the end of this season. That's like, what, one subscriber every other video? I think we can do that. So, let's hop in. I want to get right into this. Devils win 4-3 against the Detroit Red Wings in their home opener, season opener against the Detroit Red Wings. We win. We've got Jack Hughes getting 2 goals, Dougie Hamilton getting a goal, Erik Haula getting the empty netter. We've got Jonas Siegenthaler who got 3 assists. But there's a lot to cover, so let's go over it. So, first period, first and foremost. The Devils did not play well in the first period. They came out and they kind of looked like a little sluggish, a little slow to do it. They weren't terrible, they weren't awful, but they were okay, right? Unfortunately, Red Wings do get the 1-0 goal, and not in the first period, in the second, but the first period, they come out, they're slow, they're sluggish, they make some mistakes, but Vitek Vanacek stands on his head in the first period as they get outshot something like, 14-6, or 14, I think it was 14-6 at the end of the first. Vitek Vanacek holds the team in the game, and he was fantastic throughout almost the entirety of the game, which is great. It's just what we're looking for in our goaltender. A lot of people were worried about keeping Vanacek in on the team and going to get someone else like Hellebuyck. I disagreed. I thought Vanacek did fantastic last season. He will do fantastic this season, and it's a good idea that we cap him. Second of all, Jack Hughes. Opening night, he gets 2 goals, both coming in the second period. Detroit gets an early one in the second period. It's 1-0 on a goal that absolutely should not have gone in. The Red Wings get a shot off, goes into Vanacek, bumbles down, defense tries to clear it. Bratt tries to throw it out, bounces off a Red Wing, goes back in front of Vanacek. Defense can't clear it, and next thing you know, it's bobbling in between Vanacek's legs, and it goes in, and it's 1-0 Detroit. But what happens? Our supernova, our come from above, Jack Hughes scores, making it 1-1 off of one of what's slowly starting to turn into his signature goal, where he skates all the way practically behind the goaltender. He goes past the goal line, shoots it off the back of Husso's head, and goes in. Jack Hughes. It's 1-1 Devils. Very shortly afterward, second period, Jack Hughes gets a second goal as he comes on down the right-hand side, goes to the middle, pivots, holds, wait, shoots, scores, and now it's 2-1 Devils, and we're back to a 1-goal game. It's 2-1. So, Jack Hughes getting fantastic goals. Both of them are fantastic. And immediately, right after he scores a second goal, what do you hear? What do you hear from the fans? MVP. 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 And we're in the first game of the year. So, Jack Hughes has a great night. But then, we get into the first of the many controversial things that happens in this game. Late in the second period, inside the offensive zone, we're in Detroit's end, and Jack Hughes goes down, and one of the Detroit Red Wings players is practically sitting on him. And I mean stick down, holding him on the ground, and there's no call, and the ref is 8 feet away, if even that. Here's the thing. Should that have been a call? 100% should have been a goal. Should have been a Should have been a call. It's holding. It's clearly holding. And by the end of it, he's sitting on, like, Jack's head. Like, rear end to mouth, practically sitting on his head. And there's no call. And here's the thing. It should have been a call. It should have been a holding. It 100% should have been a call. But you can't get up, take your stick, and whack a guy and just start whacking him in the back of the leg. You're getting called every single time. It is a well-deserved penalty. Should it have been a 4-on-4? 100%. But you cannot retaliate and expect not to get called. There was a lot of boos, a lot of ref, you suck. I'm sorry, they made the right call on Jack. You can instigate and no one's gonna call you. Is it fair? No. Should it have been a penalty on Detroit? 100%. But if you get up as a guy is skating away and hack at you're getting called. 100%. So what happens? Jack, thinking with his heart and not his head, hacks at a guy's leg, instantly gets called. Detroit goes on the power play, and Detroit scores. It's now 2-2, tie game, second period. Jack taints this game with that retaliatory strike. If he had not done that, first star in my books. But the problem is, he didn't just get a penalty. He hurt the team. When you are up 2-1 in a game, that you had to come from behind to get the lead, you absolutely cannot take a penalty like that. And it hurt the team. They got scored on. Again, another goal where guys don't clear the puck out. Defense doesn't do very well. Doesn't clear the puck out. Goes in the net. But it doesn't matter. Because if Jack doesn't retaliate there, no penalty, no power play, no man advantage, probably no goal. New Jersey is one of the best 5-on-5 teams in the NHL. You can look at their stats from last year. We did so much work on the uneven strength, on 5v5. We were fantastic. You can't take those kind of reckless, irrational penalties and expect a team like Detroit, with all of the offense that they have, guys like Larkin, guys like DeBrincat, who's now on Detroit, to not take advantage of it. And DeBrincat does. DeBrincat takes advantage, gets the tying goal. We move forward. We leave the second period. And we go into the third. Dougie Hamilton gets a beauty goal from the blue line, as he does. Gets a goal. It's now 3-2. Detroit pulls the goalie. We try to throw it down the ice. Goes off the side of the net. Eric Collins chases it down, scores. It's 4-2 Devils in the third period with like a minute and a half left. What happens? Detroit goes the other way, scores. It's now 4-3. And at this point, growing up in a household where Leafs games have been on, and it's late in the third, and the opponent scores a goal, and they're 1 point. My heart starts to palpitate a little bit, but it's all good. 4-3 ends the game. There's no more worries. And New Jersey takes it. First win, 2 points. New Jersey is 1-0. We are undefeated going into our second game. So, great game all around from New Jersey. They don't play the best, but they get the job done. My 3 stars of the game were as follows. Star number 3, Vitek Vanacek, played fantastic, played some great hockey, made really crucial saves when we needed them, and he kept us in it. What was it? 31 goals allowed on 34 shots, or 34 saves, 37 shots, some garbage like that, right? Does well, keeps a puck out, above 900 save percentage. It's what this team is looking for. Star number 2, Jack Hughes. One might be asking, why give Jack Hughes a number 2 star? Because if he had not taken that stupid retaliatory penalty, I would have just given him the 1st star, but he hurt the team. He hurt the team. He can't do that. You can't hurt the team. You can't start acting like, oh God, what's his face? This is the problem with doing everything in one shot. I don't edit any of this, so I'm doing it all on the fly. Like other players in the past, where they go take penalties, and they're bad penalties, and they end up hurting the team. He's my number 2 star, and my number 1 star is someone who didn't really get talked about almost the entire game. Jonas Siegenthaler getting 3 assists, getting assists on goals 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, one's an empty net, but he gets 3 points, leading the team in points, by the way, a defenseman. So yeah, Vitek is number 3, Jack Hughes is number 2, and Jonas Siegenthaler is number 1. He played a good game. He was solid the whole game. And that's about it. So, now comes to the serious part of the conversation, okay? If you just like the fun, the energetic, the crazy, you're more than welcome. Turn the video off, go to bed, go do something else, whatever you want to do. But if you like the serious conversations, which I do, I think it's time we had a little bit of a word. So, I wanted to have a conversation about the league's decision to essentially ban Pride, not only events, but also sort of LGBTQ awareness on the league. So, for context, because I want to make sure that I get this out right, I've been kind of mulling this over for the last week, 2 weeks, because I wanted to get my thoughts down properly and sort of come from a place where I'm not lecturing and more so just trying to get people to understand. So, when the original issue happened where individual NHL players decided they didn't want to wear the Pride jerseys during warm-ups or during, not night games, but basically warm-ups, right? Similar to other, theme nights that certain teams have in the league. Most notably James Reimer, the Stahl brothers, and a few other NHLers who didn't want to wear the Pride jerseys. And as far as I'm concerned, and this is my personal opinion, I think that every single person has a right to freedom of conscience and freedom of belief. If that's not something you agree with, whether we like it or not, we have to understand that we cannot impose our morality on other people. If we believe that those kind of theme nights, wearing Pride jerseys, things like that, is good, then that's great. That's fantastic. And we have every right to believe that. But so too do these guys who don't believe that, or maybe have an issue, for whatever reason it is. Whether it's, I know that some were talking about, fear of Russia and backlash, because Russia is very notably very anti-LGBTQ. Some are for religious reasons, and I'm sorry, these guys have a right to say no. However, let me make this clear. Following what these guys did, there was a lot of blowback to these guys' decisions. And these guys were called every name in the book. Right? Provorov, that's another one I forgot to mention. Called every name in the book. And you know what? The people who criticize these players also have a right to criticize these guys. If they have a right to speak their mind and speak their opinion, so too do others. The problem is the NHL, with their new policy on banning rainbow-themed tape on sticks, Pride nights, Pride jerseys, things like that, is they have gone from one end of the spectrum and they have 180'd to the other end of the spectrum without any concern for that middle piece. So instead of saying you must wear the thing, now we are saying you cannot do it whatsoever. And the NHL is wrong to do this. Why? Because if the principle we are adhering to is that they have a right not to wear the jerseys, Then on the other side of that argument, we have to agree that the players who want to support those causes also have a right to support those causes. If they want to wear those jerseys, let them wear the jerseys. If each individual NHL team wants to make a decision on whether or not they want to have those theme nights, that is well within their purview. If guys play for teams that don't want to do it, but they want to do something as an individual, like they go out with the tape on their stick, that's perfectly fine. If they want to go out with, say, something pinned to their jerseys, that's perfectly fine. But banning everything outright is not the solution. It's not the solution to force people to do something. It's also not the right solution to ban people from doing a thing. Okay? The middle ground is we say, hey, people have different beliefs, people have different opinions, and whether you like them or not, you have to respect their right to express those opinions, whether we like it or not. And that's basically my whole shtick on it. I wanted to say something about this because there's been a lot of back and forth on both sides of the issue, and I know it's hotly contested, and I wanted to kind of get my take on it. I think it's a good take. If you disagree with me, you're more than welcome to express it in the comment section down below. In the YouTube comments, you're willing to dislike this video into oblivion. If you want to unsubscribe because you feel like it's too much, you're more than welcome. Because on this channel, I believe that people have the right to do what they wish. If you want to support it, great. If you don't, that's your prerogative. And yeah, I think that's the position the NHL should take. So, after I've done that little spiel, I think that's going to be it for me today. Devils win. They beat the Red Wings 4-3. We play the Arizona Coyotes tomorrow night. I believe it's at 7 or 7:30. We play Arizona tonight. Tomorrow night. I will not be making a video tomorrow, as I won't be available to watch the game, unfortunately, but I'll probably catch the highlights and things like that. So no video for tomorrow's game against Arizona, but there will be a video after Monday night's game. That I promise you. So, after everything that's been said and done, that's all, folks. If you stuck around to the end, thank you very much. If you stuck around halfway through, great. If you liked, thank you very much. Remember to also subscribe. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'll talk to you soon, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.